Hi everyone! This video is about hope. That's something that we all need and something that we all felt at times we haven't had. And I want to jump off with the scripture from Colossians chapter 1 verse 23. It says, "If indeed you continue in the faith, firmly established and steadfast, and not moved away from the hope of the gospel that you heard, which was proclaimed in all creation under heaven." This scripture tells us, and the words before it tell us, that God is able to present us holy and blameless before Him with a condition: if indeed we continue steadfast in the hope of the gospel. Hope is something that I think we can put in a person or a situation much more than we realize until that situation falls apart or that person seems to leave us. Then we feel exactly how much hope we put in that. And some of you, like me, have experienced a day or days or months or years of feeling crushed and having no hope because the person or the situation that we put our hope in is gone or seems to be slipping away. And like so many things in this life, if we put our love and our hope in them, when we lose them, it can be crushing. It can even bring us to a point of not wanting to live anymore. Even believers, us who call ourselves Christians, we can wish that God would go ahead and take us to heaven already when things crush us, when we feel like life is too painful, when it seems like the pain and the hurt is unbearable and we can't imagine going on like how we feel. But I'm here to tell you that the best place to be is to be able to say, "Lord, my hope is in you. All my hope is in you. I have love for people. I have enthusiasm and optimism for situations. But God, all my hope is in you." Because if all our hope isn't in Him, we can be crushed. We can be broken into pieces. We can become almost in a vegetative state where we really can't do anything but hurt. And so it's so important that we love Him and hope in Him more than anyone else and more than any other situation. Because we're meant to be victorious. We're meant, the scripture says, set your eyes on things above. It says that we need to persevere and press forward. That we should count it all joy when we enter in trials. And yet, if all of our hope is in something other than God, we cannot persevere. We cannot count it joy when we are refined by trials. We find ourselves in a heap on the floor if our joy is not in God, and our hope is not in God. So join with me in declaring these scriptures about hope. Christ in us, the hope of glory, that our hope, that we are going to continue, as it says in Colossians, steadfast with our hope only in the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ, that we will not be led astray to put all of our hope in something that can disappoint us or even defeat us, because we're conquerors, more than conquerors, and we're intended to be victorious. And we need to persevere when things don't go the way we wanted, and even when things seem to be too much. We need to persevere, stand tall. We need to lift our heads up. In fact, we don't even need to lift our heads up, because the scripture says that God is the lifter of my head. He's the lifter of your head. So put your eyes on Him. Pray scriptures over your relationship with God and where your hope is, until He is the one that you most think about, more than any person or any situation. Be encouraged and know that no matter what happens, we can persevere if we continue steadfast with our hope in the gospel of Jesus Christ and set our eyes on things above. Be blessed, and I'll see you next time.